Hello everybody, my name is Ereo, and welcome back to another video on the Fractured SMP. This is episode number 14, I believe now? Holy, I think. Yeah, episode number 14. And in the previous episode, you guys can see that I made this tower, or this radar tower, and this lake right here. Now, why am I starting over here? You may wonder. Well, I mean, to be honest, I kind of want to go and continue building up this particular section of the I guess what's going to be my portion of the base. That makes sense. Because I still haven't figured out my full base design yet. But I'm getting close. So, in the meantime, I am doing kind of more of the side things, to be honest. Like, these side things are kind of what keep me making this content more consistent. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, going back to everything, I mean, I built this in the last episode, not completely, and I built this in the last episode, which, to be honest, both were this particularly was a massive undertaking at that. I mean, I am real surprised that I just had the full-on motivation to get all that done there. So yeah, I mean, there's a few things that I've been wanting to do, which I think teased in a previous episode, which was making a bridge here out to where the main area is going to be, but also I'm thinking making a building probably somewhere around here to kind of help connect everything up, if that makes sense. So to be honest, I think what I'm going to need to do soon, actually, I think I figured it out. The first thing I want to do is get this bridge here handled first, because, well, this area doesn't serve a purpose until it's more connected, if that makes sense. So it's gonna be like, so the bridge is gonna pretty much go straight across from here. Basically, I think at this Y level, I think I marked this out right here. At this Y level, there's going to be a bridge that goes straight out, straight to the other area and across the valley. And eventually, I think maybe the valley be implemented somehow, maybe some fields or something. I don't know. It's just, that's a full thing at a later date. So yeah, but yeah, back to the bridge. I'm thinking I want to try and have it as minimal as possible for the bridge. Actually, let me hop on top of this right here, which this is all Rembus, or these trees are all Rembus. But kind of the idea is to just use as little resources as possible, not make it too complicated, like no arches or anything like that. More of the fact that, you know, maybe pillars going up like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then, you know, some kind of suspension bridge sort of stuff, you know, to kind of make it a lot more sense, you know. So I mean, and also the resources I'm going to use is going to probably be simple as well. Like, I'm thinking pillars going to be stone bricks, and then the main part, I think I want to try and use concrete for the main part. So like from here to there, or at least the road, or the kind of just the section, and then underneath, I'm thinking probably going to have some other sort of like bricks sort of thing to kind of, you know, not make the bridge look slim, and then each one of these pillars have some design on them, and then out on here, or, you know, the suspension bridge parts just be some, like, almost look like wires, you know. So yeah, I mean, that being known, I think what I need to do first is probably more than likely just go and do have those resources for it. So I'm going to need to get a lot of frog lights, need to get a couple mud, I'm thinking, for the design of the bridge. And yeah, so without further ado, I'll be right back. And now this is the last thing I need to get, which is the frog lights. So I need to grab 3 stacks of any for a diamond. So yeah, so I mean, this is pretty simple. I mean, I just like to grab a stack of each. Oh, like I haven't held all the frog lights yet. So I'll put a diamond in there, but I think what I'm going to need is an extra stack of these. So I'll put 1 in there. So any stack of 3 and then mix and match as you so choose. So I think that should actually fit just perfectly for what I need for this bridge that I'm making. So let's pop by where I'm going to be building this thing. And yeah, so this is the design that I currently have for it. To be honest, I think I really like the design of this bridge. It's pretty simple as well. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, so this is where the frog lights come in, where these lights are. I love frog lights for the lights alongside the bridges and actually inside these little kind of trapdoor sort of thing as well. And then this is where I talk about the mud. That's, I think, the ochre frog light, and then inside those is the verdant frog light, because for some reason the verdant frog light gives more closer to the white color that you'd like out from these lines right here. So, I mean, let's go to where all the resources are. So this, it's very similar to this in terms of amount of resources. I mean, I mined out a good portion of a trial chamber again for all this, and then I got rid of a pale forest. It's that one particularly over there. Got rid of a good portion of that pale forest, and then I got some white concrete, not all of it, just more for those little things up there and not the road, because the road I'm thinking I might want to change. And then there's the walls you guys might be able to see, and then the redstone torches up on top. The only thing I think I haven't got was the lightning rods. Which, I mean, I could get that on a whim, like 4 lightning rods, that's real easy. And then, yeah, mud, there's the andesite on the side. And yeah, so, I mean, I have all the resources necessary for this bridge, and, I mean, without further ado, I think it's about time to start this time-lapse of this bridge. See you guys after this. There we go. We now have this entire bridge basically done. Now, there's a few things that haven't been fully handled, like the road itself, or road path, whatever it is. And I've already started to actually design something else for underneath here, because there's something interesting about like what's been like about this thing beneath here is that it looks way too flat. It needs a little bit more depth, and yeah, I plan on at some point adding something beneath it, but I'm still in the design process. So with that being known, I mean, yeah, I mean, this thing right here looks real nice, and it fits perfectly across the valley, because man, this, you look like from this nether portal right here, I mean, imagine right here you see this bridge, and then this is just kind of little ideas that I've had down here, is maybe having like almost like a like just huge farms, like actual like so many things, like huge farms in design of like I'm thinking of like a style, and at that I mean if you look all around here, actually let's fly. Nope, let's not use free cam. Let's fly over here. Like I'm almost imagining like so you know, there's that area where I'm thinking eventually there's going to be a river to a waterfall that will lead a to this river right here, but also something else over here as well with this thing, like another waterfall that takes it down over into this section of the river as well. But the idea is to get rid of all these trees, kind of smooth out some of this terrain as well, because that terrain's a bit drastic change, and I need to clear out some terrain anyways for this waterfall. So I mean, that's going to be something very well necessary super soon. So yeah. So kind of the idea is like a Midwest style where basically like I know maybe one side could be like right on this side could be maybe, I don't know, there isn't vineyards in the Midwest, but on this side maybe a vineyard, and then this side be just wheat fields, or vice versa, or something like that, where and straight roads instead of just, you know, curvy pathways, because like I'm starting to change my design in my head about what I'm doing. It is still very well up in the air for this area right here, and I still don't exactly know. This is what I've been going to. This is because like I want over here to be perfect, how it should fit with the rest of Ereo itself. But right here, it's not an essential part of Ereo. And as you look down here, as like this entire valley right here could be my area, like just my own stuff. Like, oh, I could do a huge wheat field here, and then kind of I wish I could do corn. I wish corn existed in Minecraft. That's kind of something that'd be interesting. Like 2-block high plants and all that. But corn would be so interesting on here. But yeah, so rivers and then fields. Hopefully I could try and fit it. If not, then I could just do like a typical windy road style and that sort of stuff on both sides. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Now, would that come to fruition? I do not know. But let's go back to this area, because this is, I like to call this entire area pretty much the energy district, or my energy district. Now, does it serve an actual function? I mean, other than kind of non like usefulness, no, there isn't. Also, this area is so empty. Someone mined dirt here. I didn't even mine dirt there. But like over here, as that this is going to become like an energy district, there's this lake, and I pretty much thinking, well, right here have like a dam, and eventually some power down in where all that water is as well, and then raise up the terrain here to incorporate a transfer station for the dam, kind of right around here, I'm thinking. And then from there it goes all the way out basically this direction, where there's this area, which I think is what I'm going to do next. Is, well, I mean, I'm going to need to clear out all this dirt and all that, but right around here is going to be the main kind of powerhouse, I guess, to where like the main station before it goes to that, or to primary Ereo, or wherever, you know, and it incorporates all the power sources into here. So, and it's not just going to be, oh, hydroelectric or whatever heat, taking heat out of water and turning it into electricity or whatever, or electricity in quotations. Like I could also, like, there's so much room over here where I could, I mean, there was an idea of putting a solar farm out on this side. And then I mean, heck, I could even do nuclear power, but I don't like that. Seems a bit too dystopian for this area. But I mean, as that this is kind of my dedicated area and my own dedicated project, I mean, I think this would work pretty well. So, I mean, to be honest, without further ado, I think what I need to do first is clear this area, and then from there, we'll see how much resources are for the next stuff. Is this a thunderstorm? This feels a little bit too dark. But yeah, clear this area out, and then we'll see what to do with the resources. So yeah, I'll see you guys after this time lapse. There we go. We now have this mound basically is all cleared out, so we are all good to do whatever I need to do with this area. Now, I did clear this on a stream, so yeah. So I did that, but also if you look to the right and from the time lapse, I also finally finished up this portion right here. I kind of didn't really intend on finishing this portion yet, but I needed to raise the water up by a little bit, but also add a dam to what I need to do for this area as well. So I finally got this generally all around where the water level should be, and the water's just outflowing like this for now. This is probably going to be something else for later I'm going to handle. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, so now we are basically at the point where I need to start building a building here and a building right behind, or right here basically. So yeah, so I need to do a lot of brick gathering and some mud gathering as well. So actually, let me pull up this schematic. So yeah, ignore the tank. I did not, in my creative world, I did not flood the water up yet, and didn't really plan doing that exactly yet, but whatever. But this is what kind of both of the buildings are generally going to look like. This is the dam power transfer station, so eventually it'll incorporate some outer pipes, or inner and outer pipes. So this is like the pipes that takes it out from, transfers the power from the two sources here, which are from inside this dam, and take it to this other power station, which is going to be bigger than this building right here. And yeah, so yeah, this is going to be real interesting build, to say the least. I mean, so since these are going to look very similar, I might as well just gather the resources for both. If you think about it, like just gather the resources from both, because it requires basically the same resources. Even the design's basically the same. So yeah, that's kind of the idea I have for this at the moment. And I think that will add a good amount of depth for both that, for this corner, where, to be honest, let me turn off the placement, because if you look here, it looks very off. How I see it, it looks very off, and it kind of makes like the ground is not nah. So like I need to expand that area up a little bit, but it should add a little bit of extra depth to it instead of it just being one dam there, or just a dam. And maybe eventually some vegetation and all that, and maybe instead of it being grass, it'd be like rocky, because in real life, a lot of the time, rocks are what handle kind of the edge piece of some non-natural areas trying to do some water retention, basically. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment for that area. But yeah, there's that building and the other building. So I need to grab bricks. So I need to expand my villager farm to incorporate, I think it's masons, but I could be wrong. But I need to expand the villager farm to incorporate bricks, and then also I need to just gather lots of mud from a mangrove swamp, which I think I know where one. Yeah, all the way that direction. Yeah, just gather mud from mangrove swamp, and some polished granite, which that's going to be easy. Just mine underground, and I'll find in no time. And also those patches are real big, so yeah. So actually, let me go and do my villagers and see. I mean, don't exactly know, but I mean, I have a lot of emeralds, so I mean, I should be able to get bricks just like that. And then I'm going to need to get sand from a desert. There's a lot of resources that I need to gather. So without further ado, I'll be right back after I get these villagers and maybe even the other resources. So yeah. All right, so I put these 5 villagers here and I fully max them out. So now what we have is actually a lot more opportunities than just bricks, because we can get polished andesite, we could get block of quartz, we could get some granite, we could so many more of these resources. Brown terracotta, which I can replace brown concrete with for some of the things, so that makes it really quick. So this is actually going to be real nice to have these guys here, and I might expand them eventually, because maybe what is it, this guy has the granite. I've been actually needing the granite for the builds over here. I already basically got what I needed. I mean, yeah, like I basically got what I needed for these guys. They have been real easy to get, just because, I mean, like the bricks were pretty quick to get. I mean, I had to get tinted glass, I had to get sandstone, which that wasn't too hard either, and it didn't use that much sandstone to begin with. So yeah, that's pretty good there. I did mine behind here as well, just so I could get straight into what I need to do, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, I mean, all these resources are really quick to grab now with those masons. I wish they had sandstone on the masons, but sandstone isn't hard to grab. So I mean, yeah. And then there's the other one over there. I did minimize the footprint of the schematic for that one, so it doesn't lag me out, and I can have a better view of what it would look like. So there's both of these buildings, and yeah, I mean, I can get going on that real quickly. And actually inside here, you could see that there's going to be some chimney for no apparent reason. So yeah, so I mean, without further ado, I am just going to build this, to be honest, both of them, because, well, there's no need to, since I gathered all the resources for both. There's the mud that I need to grab. I had to grab an entire field worth of wheat, and also had to go to that can we see it from here? Yes, I think it's that one right there. It might be a different one, but I think that mangrove swamp. Actually, let me go a bit further. Yes, it is that mangrove swamp. Let's see, where did I think it's like right behind here or something. Wait, yeah, somewhere around here, next, right there, right around here. You can't really see it, but I removed a lot of, I guess, mud for it. So that really saved me a lot more time than gathering all of the mud by hand with bottles of water, which, yeah, that is not fun. So yeah, I mean, I think without further ado, I think this is going to be the last time lapse of this video for today. So yeah, I'll see you guys after this. There we go. We now have these two entire, I guess I'll just call them power stations. I mean, this is the dam power station, and this is just a transfer station. They're kind of different classes, I have to say. But I got these stations basically all done. And yeah, so this is kind of what is generally like, I don't know how to describe it, but this is just kind of where all the power gets transferred and combined and split in the same place right here. This is the transfer station, and you can see here out on this side there's pipes, kind of pipes looking thing, but underneath you can see the brown concrete that matches these right here. So you can see that there's just a singular of each one of these. So like there's four, it's weird to describe, but there's four big wires that go through this. So each one of these side pipes on this side of the building. So each wire goes to each one of these towers all the way out to here, and then there's this one extra one for an eventual expansion to the main area of Ereo. Now out over here I have some plans. This isn't going to be now, but there's, I think, an idea of maybe putting a wire under here that goes directly across, you know, with kind of the same design as that, but just, you know, go directly across from underneath to add a bit of extra depth. So yeah, that's kind of just the idea for that. And then as you guys can see back here, there's two, I'd say, inputs. Now I might want to eventually expand it, you know, 4 on this one or 2 on the other, or vice versa, however that goes, because over here, this is just where all the power comes into, and it doesn't logically make sense on how much power it take in, but also maybe eventually it can, you know, bring even more power, or the wires can handle a lot more input power than output power, and output power is meant for as a safety feature and all that. And also, I'd like to say kind of a different grade of wire, if that makes sense, because there's certain grades, there's certain gauges of wire in real life, and I kind of want to, you know, have enough. And in here, there's no interior yet, but the idea is to eventually have pipes connect, or not pipes, it's wires connected to each one of these output, or kind of make it look interesting at the very least. And then right up here is just kind of just for now, something to add some more depth by adding like a mini chimney or something, for something that I don't even know what it's gonna look like long-term wise that I haven't made the interior. And then to actually show off the building, the roof's made out of andesite and stone bricks. And there's some vents up on that corner. And out here is meant to kind of, you know, there's some glass on the bottom you could see out, and yeah. And then there's the bricks, packed mud bricks, and polished andesite. And I like the look of this as it being a transfer station here. Yeah, that's really nice there. And then after I go to sleep, we have this other power station right here, which is the dam station. There's all my resources, but this is a lot more compressed down both sides, so you could see how these two look similar, but the windows are only 1 block wide, and this sandstone section smushed down by a block, and I don't know how many blocks this upper portion smushed down by. So yeah, and then there's these two pipes. These are singular wires. I'll just call them pipes for now, just because they'll contain wire. There's these two pipes that contain the wire that for the generation from this dam. And then out into here, you could see that I somewhat more did some things with the interior here, which I put the wires that come out of the pipes and kind of make them flex around and go into there, so you can at least inspect where all the power's going, see if there's any breaks or, you know, that sort of stuff. And then also you could see up on top here, there's some glow lichen to light up it, because, well, mobs would have spawned up on top of there. And yeah, and then the mud bricks are going to be like almost become eventually a standard for holding wires as well, basically, at least high output wires. So yeah, and then I actually labeled these in here, dam power 1 and 2, and then all right here combines into the main transfer station, which is over there. Now, do I plan on making a eventual tunnel or to visibly see the wires underground? Maybe. It's an idea that I actually just thought of while I'm speaking at this very moment, but I mean, who knows? I mean, this is just more of surface things, and then eventually, sometime in the future, I haven't designed this yet. It's hard to find a horizontal kind of fan design that's not the animated ones that, like, you know, Mumbo Jumbo and all those other creators have kind of popularized. I just want it to be like an underwater fan looking thing, some multiple of them around here, like 3 or something, you know. And then those are high output, and then maybe eventually there'll be a solar panel farm out this way, and then it'd be like so much power for all of this that we don't even need to worry about power, you know. So yeah, I mean, this project is definitely a work in progress, and to be honest, it's still taking me a while to find even designs for my main area. So yeah, I need to also figure out the road, or a design either for the road that take me out, like, you know, this direction. I mean, I need to terraform all this grass down and, you know, make it more gradual, and then I just got to make this area look better at some point, you know. So I mean, maybe the next, I mean, this is tying into the end of the video, but maybe in the next couple of videos, maybe I might do some terraforming with some trees, and then finally kind of making the guides for the roads there, and then maybe even more roads to each one of that power station there, and, you know, and then just kind of make it look more developed, and then, you know, have more roads from there to there, that sort of stuff. And then, I mean, I don't want to handle this valley just yet until I know what my full design is going to be. So for now, I mean, this is just kind of more like a my area sort of thing. like it's coming together real well, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like this video. I mean, I don't know how to, I forgot how to end a video, to be honest. Things have been going on, so yeah. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys didn't, hit the dislike button. If you guys did like the button, like the video, and if you really liked it, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch and maybe even Instagram, and even maybe my second channel if you're interested in automotive. And I'll see you guys in the next video of Fractured SMP. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.